What's up, you tuna ticklers? Today we're going to be doing a torture test on the Cyelee Wolf Pro. I'm going to do the torture test, and then at the end of the video, we're going to walk you through the specs. So, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this mask, it's because I want to join the band of YouTubers that forgot IP addresses were a thing. Yeah, our government can tomahawk missile some poor ISIS kid hiding in a cave on the other side of the earth, but they can't find your YouTube uploading ass recording some fucking Switch video in a public park in Chicago. First part of the test, of course, was going to be a cold test for the red dot. I already zeroed it to this gun, and I didn't really want to take it off my gun, but I also didn't want to freeze my gun in water and have to fucking thaw out like the internals and shit. So I just flipped the gun upside down and did the old freeze a red dot in Tupperware trick. It's kind of melting and falling off, so we're going to have to shoot this thing here soon. But first test is the cold test, and we're going to see if it's still zeroed. All right, it's about to fall off, so we're going to shoot it and see if the red dot's still zeroed. First shots are going to be just trying to get that off. That fucking hit you.
Asshole.
Well, I still see the dot. I can hardly see shit out of my fucking goggles. I don't know anyone to do this. My gun was in the freezer overnight. I broke it. Sorry, this is my first time. I took my fucking goggles off because I couldn't see a goddamn thing out of them. Hopefully the government doesn't find me. If Biden tries, I'll hide at the top of a flight of stairs and I should be good. All right, guys. So obviously she can survive some ice. I was having some fucking malfunctions with my pistol. I'm not sure what that was about. But she can survive some ice. So now we're just gonna beat her up a bit and see if she holds zero. All right, guys. I want this to be a pretty fair test. So we're not gonna do like an O.J. Simpson beating, but we're probably gonna do like a Chris Brown versus Rihanna beating because we want her to be alive after. God, should I have my iPro on for this?
Might be a good idea.
You videoing?
Yep.
Holy fuck. We got some glass in our glass. What do you want?
I was just gonna see if you wanted some McDonald's.
Oh, no, dude, I'm good.
All right.
All right, guys, this is what it looks like after our torture test. You can see I got fucking like shaved glass all over everything, and it was raining before this, so it stuck right to the dot. So we're gonna clean her up a bit. The dot's still working perfectly fine. All we really got is some little dings and shit and some scraping of the finish, but we're gonna clean this red dot up a bit, and then we're gonna test to see if it's still holding zero, and then we're gonna move on to the waterproof test. All right, guys, we're sitting about 15 yards here. We're going to see if the red dot kept zero. I got a lot of shaved glass in here. Seems to be holding zero just fine. So we'll move on to the waterproof test. We're doing the waterproof test now because after I beat it up, I want to see if it's still waterproof. All right, guys, the dot seems to be running fine. I'm going to do one last zero test, and I'm pretty sure I broke my fucking P80 because it's not running right, but optic still works. It's the new bolt action P80. All right, thanks for watching, ladies and genitalia. This is the end of the torture test, so if you want to see me run you through this thing's specs, that's what we're doing next.
Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. We are moving into the review part of this, where I run you through the specs on the optic. I know that you probably just stuck around to hear my one-of-a-kind voice, and you really wanted to see a close-up of these sexy fucking hands, but yeah, this is a optics review, so let's try to keep it PG-13. Please try to keep that out of the comments. Let's move on. So this is a RMR footprint red dot made by Cyelee. It is a Cyelee Wolf Pro. It runs for 50,000 hours. It is shake awake, motion activated. It runs on one CR1632 battery, and it has a side battery compartment here, so you do not have to take the optic off in order to swap batteries, which is nice, because a lot of these smaller red dots you have to take off and then, you know, re-side in when you put the new battery in. Even with them doing that, though, they made this optic extremely low here and then also very narrow in the rear. So you can actually rack the slide from the rear here over the red dot, which I find pretty cool. And then also being as low as it is, these are standard height iron sights. And as you can see, it is a little bit higher than the red dot, which means I can still use my iron sights through the red dot. Very hardly there, but you can do it. And then also, they have a backup channel here for backup iron sights. If you were in a pinch, you could probably use that as well. It has 10 different brightness settings. 2 of those are going to be for night vision, and then 8 of them are going to be for day use. This is how you adjust your brightness settings, plus for up, negative for down. They do have a lockout mode. I do not know how to use it. I do not have my box here in the manual with me, but there is a lockout mode, so you can pick a specific brightness setting, and then you can lock it out so that accidental button pushes will not change your brightness setting, and your optic will always be the brightness you want. This is shake awake technology though, so that means that you can put this down, and if it does not sense movement at a certain period of time, the red dot will shut itself off, and then when you go to grab the gun or move the red dot a little bit, it will turn on. And I have not had issues with that. They sent me this red dot a couple months ago, and it seems to be running great. I pretty much always have this on the brightest setting. And as you can see, I was pretty fucking hard on here today. We got some pretty minimal fucking scratches and scrapes in this aluminum. I would say that this thing is definitely waterproof. It is definitely freeze-proof, and it is definitely dumbass YouTuber review-proof. Alright guys, so lastly, and probably the most important thing that everyone wants to know, this thing will run you $180. That is extremely fucking cheap, I think, for the amount of options and features you are getting with this red dot. Personally, I think this red dot, too, is just cosmetically fucking gorgeous. I like its hook it's got in the front here, and I like their brand logo. I just personally think it looks good, which shouldn't matter, but it fucking matters. The only optic I think that compares to this would be like the Holosun 407C, which is also an RMR footprint red dot. It's fat like a fucking hippopotamus. It goes 50,000 hours, motion activated, but honestly, I just hate how it fucking looks. Plus, it runs you $250 versus the Cyelee here running you $180. So this is coming up on the end of the video. I think we all know that this red dot went through a lot more abuse today than anyone in their right minds would ever put their EDC pistol through. I think a lot of people look down on Cyelee because I'm not sure. They kind of see them as a cheap option, and usually with gun products, a cheap option means it's an unreliable option. But I'm coming to think after testing this red dot here that I definitely want to test more of their products in the future, because I think what we're getting here is a fair priced option, and I think it's on par, if not better than the competition. I'm going to email them, and I'm going to see if I can get a discount code for you guys, so maybe you'll be able to get some bucks off that $180 price range. I'll leave that in the description below, so keep your eyes open for that. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.